Happening tomorrow, a local group is inviting you to a one-of-a-kind happy hour event to raise money for local charities. It's called Drinks with Daughters. And joining us today to share more on the event is co-chair Lori Hagee. She's also part of Designing Daughters, the group hosting this party. Lori, great to see you. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks so much, Scott, for having us.
Well, for those who may not know about your organization, Designing Daughters, tell us a little bit more about it, what you guys do.
Designing Daughters is a group of young professional women that host events and charity functions throughout the year, all leading up to a huge grant that we raise money for, and then we grant it out to local charities around Sarasota.
Now, I understand this is an annual event that you guys do. What do you have planned for this year's event?
This year's event is going to take place at Michael's on East. We are kicking off the event at 5:30 p.m. and it's going to go until 8:30. Tickets are $35. They include a complimentary cocktail, a raffle ticket, as well as a delicious slider bar. And all the money that we raise is going to go to our grant fund and benefit local charities in Sarasota and Manatee County. We're
seeing some photos of the location there, and it looks like the Designing Daughters group is pretty large. How many people are included?
Right now we're sitting at a little over 100. It changes almost every single week or every single meeting that we go to. It's constantly growing. We've experienced just a tremendous amount of growth just in the last year and a half.
Well, that's awesome. Tell me more about this grant process, the money you raise. What do you look for when you look to hand out these grants to area nonprofits and charities?
So last year, Designing Daughters raised over $40,000, and we selected 13 charities in the area, and we granted funds up to $5,000. How you qualify for that is the Designing Daughters, if you're a member, you are able to select one charity, and then we have a grants committee that meets and decides who is going to get what. This year, though, we're extremely excited to, we've raised over $60,000. So our grant fund is growing, our events in the community, we're doing more events. This Drinks with Daughters event is the last one of the season before we make that final decision on who is going to receive those $5,000 grants.
Yeah, we want that $60,000 to grow so you can hand out even more. Let's give some information now on tomorrow night's event. It happens tomorrow 5:30 to 8:30 at Michael's on East Wine Cellar in Sarasota. The tickets are $35, and as Lori said, that includes cocktails, a slider bar, that sounds good, and a raffle as well, and 10% of the sales benefit the charities. And again, it's hosted by Designing Daughters. Lori, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck for the event tomorrow night.
Thank you, Scott.